student, today I shall take up new chapter, that is metals and non-metals. And all of you know that the elements. Element is the purest form of substance which is made up of same kind of atom. And atom is the very tiny particles, neither can be created nor be destroyed. And all of you know that the atom has three fundamental particles, that is electron, proton and the neutron. It is clear to you? Now when the atom combines and they form molecules, and it depends upon the nature of the element, because the two atoms of oxygen combined, they form single molecule of oxygen. When 8 atoms of sulfur combine, they form single molecule of sulfur. Now the element the arrangement of the molecule in the substance, they exist in different state, that is solid, liquid and gas. When the molecules are closely packed, they exist in the form of solid. When the molecules are loosely packed, they exist in the form of liquid. When the molecules are apart from each other, they exist in the form of gas. Now it is clear. Now the element is there large number of compounds which are very important in our everyday life. At present, about 118 elements were known, and on the basis of the properties of the element can be divided into two main groups, that is metals and non-metals. Apart from the element shows the same properties of both, that metals and non-metals, and these elements are called metalloid. Now here you see the element. It is classified into first metal, and second is non-metals. And the properties of both metals and the non-metals, and this is the third one, is the metalloid. Metalloid. Now keep in mind, example, iron, copper, brass, gold, silver, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, phosphorus, all these are the example of non-metal, and this is the example of iron, copper, brass, gold, silver, and the sodium also, potassium, etc. Now the uses of metals. Utensils at home are made up of aluminum, copper, brass, stainless steel. In the construction of building and the bridges and the factories, in the manufactures of the car bodies, train coaches, ships, aeroplane, in the manufacture of the tools, machines, heavy machine, all these, and the silver and the gold are used in making jewelry. These are the importance of the metals. Now the importance of the non-metal for the carbon. Carbon is the most important non-metal which is present in the living and the non-living organism. And so many millions of these substances are made up of a carbon. For example, carbohydrate, protein, fats, dyes, drugs, all this the carbon is present. In living organism, in the plant, in the animals, and the carbon is present. It means that the carbon is the most important non-element. Now the second is hydrogen. Hydrogen is another most important non-metals. When it combines with the carbon, it forms hydrocarbon compounds, and that is the example of the carbohydrate, fats, protein, in which the hydrogen is present, petrol, kerosene oil, diesel oil, lubricating oil, all these in carbon and the hydrogen is present. Now the hydrogen is also used in the process of hydrogenation when the vanaspati oil is converted into vanaspati ghee. And the liquid hydrogen, this liquid hydrogen when mixed with the liquid oxygen, it is used in the rocket propellant means fuels. Now the next one is the oxygen. Oxygen is also very very important non-metal because it helps in existence of the life and it helps in the combustion. Oxygen, and oxygen is the abundant non-metal in the earth crust because oxygen is present in the air, and all the living organisms, they respire, they take oxygen and give out carbon dioxide, and the life exists in the presence of oxygen. If there is no oxygen, there will be no life on the earth. Now the nitrogen is the inert gases, and it do not react, and it is present in the air also, and it helps to reduce the rate of combustion, and it is also used in the manufacture of nitric acid and the fertilizers, ammonia and the nitric acid. These are the uses of non-metals and the uses of metal. Now it is clear. I will send these uses of the metals and the non-metals in PDF. You see from there. Now I will add this. Now the differences between the metals and non-metals, physical properties, the difference between the metals and non-metals. Now you see. Here metals and non-metals. First point, state that metals, they exist in solid state and liquid, except mercury and gallium. And non-metal exists in three states. It exists in three states: solid, liquid and gas. This is the first point, the difference between the metals and the non-metals. Now the second is hardness. Hardness varies from metal to metals. Only the alkali metal, that is for example lithium, sodium and potassium, they are soft metal, they can be cut with the knife, but the iron, copper, aluminum, they will not cut with the knife. That is why these are the hard metal, and the sodium, potassium and the calcium is, lithium is the soft metal. Now metal varies from metal to metal, except alkali metal like lithium, sodium and potassium are soft. They can cut with knife. They can be cut. They can be cut. Let me. They can be cut. They can be cut with knife. Now the here is the non-metal. They are soft. But brittle. They can break into, they can be, they can break into pieces except diamond and graphite. Now these are the second point. Now the hardness varies from metal to metal except alkali metal like lithium, sodium, potassium are soft metal they can be cut with knife. Now they are soft but brittle. They can break into pieces except diamond and graphite. These are the hard. Now this is the second point. Now have you copied? Diamond. D. Now the third point, malleable. Malleable means beaten into thin sheets. For example, iron sheet, steel sheet, aluminum sheet, all these are. These are the property of the metal. Into thin sheets. The non-metals are non-malleable. Fourth is ductile. Means metal can be drawn into thin wire. Can be drawn into thin wire, and this is non-ductile. Now the fifth point is sonorous, produces a sound striking on a hard surface. Produces sound striking on hard surface. This is non-sonorous. Now copy down. Now the malleable. Malleable means can be beaten into thin sheet. For example, aluminum sheet, iron sheet, copper sheet, gold sheet, silver sheet. And these non-metals are non-malleable. They cannot be make a thin sheet. Now the next one is the ductile. Metal can be drawn into thin wire, copper wire, iron wire, aluminum wire, and the gold wire, silver wire. Or silver wire and the gold wire is used in the making jewelries, and the non-metals are non-ductile. The sonorous, it produces a sound striking on a hard surface. For bell ringing, bell, and the non-metal is non-sonorous. It does not produce any sound. Now copy down. Then the next point we'll discuss. Next point is luster. Fourth, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Sixth point is luster. L. Luster means the metal has a shining property, shining surface, and for example, gold and the silver, it has own shining property, and the metal, that is called luster. Means shining surface. And the non-metal is non-luster, except iodine. Iodine. Seventh is good conductor of electricity. Metals are good conductor for electricity, and the non-metals are bad conductor of electricity except graphite. Bad conductor of electricity except graphite. Eighth is good conductor of heat. Metals are good conductor of heat, and that is the silver and the gold is the noble metals, and they are good conductor of heat as well as good conductor of electricity. And the non-metals are bad conductor of heat, Now the ninth is density. Metal have high density, but except lithium, sodium and potassium, they have low density because the adjust arrangement of the molecules. But lithium, sodium and potassium have low densities. And here it is the non-metal is low density. Now here you see the luster means shining property, and the metals have shining property, and for example silver and the gold, and the non-metal is non-luster except iodine. And the seventh is the good conductor of electricity. All the metals are good conductor of electricity except the alkali metals, that is iron, copper, gold, silver, aluminum. All these are the good conductor of electricity. Zinc. And the bad conductor of electricity except graphite. Graphite is the allotrope of carbon, and the allotrope of carbon is diamond and the graphite. And the graphite, it is used in the making of electrodes and which conduct the electricity. In the cell also the graphite is used. In the pencil is also graphite is used. Now the eighth is good conductor of heat, and the metals are good conductor of heat, and the non-metal is bad conductor of heat. Ninth is the high density. but few elements, there are few metals, for example lithium, sodium and the potassium have low densities, and the non-metals bad conductor of heat and it has a low density, non-metals. Now the 10th is high boiling point. And high melting point. It is a low boiling point and low melting point. Now the metal has high boiling point and the high melting point. High boiling point, only you write the high boiling point, and it is the low boiling point and the low melting point, low boiling point, only this much you write. High boiling point and the low boiling point. Now it is clear, and it has a, and now the next one is the 11th. It is clear to you? Now the 11th point is high tensile strength. HIGH, high, STRENGTH, means the load bearing capacity before it breaks, and this is the low tensile low tensile strength. They are easily broken. Now here it is the high tensile strength of metal. It has a load bearing capacity before it breaks. For example, if you will make a wire of the iron or whatever it is, you will take 10 kg, it will not break. The iron wire, it will not break, but the non-metal, they have low tensile strength, they are easily broken. Now these 11 points are the differences between the metals and the non-metals, and learn by heart these points, and it is very, very important. And the next topic I will teach you the chemical properties of metal and the chemical properties of non-metals. Now that's all for today. Now